Hey everybody! Today I will give you a few tips on how you can improve your ski and snowboard videos and make them more interesting. My name is Werner, I live in the Italian Alps and this channel is about filmmaking and GoPro. Have fun with this video! I am not a professional ski racer and I'm also not able to make a double backflip. Most people who use a GoPro for skiing are probably in a similar situation. Nevertheless, I would like to create exciting and entertaining videos with my GoPro. And that brings us to the main problem. Often you simply attach your GoPro to your helmet and film your descents. The result is then often a bit monotonous. If not something extraordinary happens, then you won't watch your videos very often. I have tried lots of things in the last few years to improve my GoPro videos. Today I would like to share with you what works well for me. So here are my 5 tips for more interesting ski and snowboard videos. If your main story is that you ski or snowboard down the slope, then BRoll is everything that has to do with your ski trip but does not directly show you skiing. Examples for BRoll could be the mountain panorama, how you put on your skis, or maybe even a simple ride on the ski lift, which I showed in my short intro in the form of a time-up video. BRoll will definitely enhance your video and provide more variety. You should try different settings for different situations. As I explained in my video about the GoPro settings for skiing, I usually use 4K 60 with the field of view wide as the default setting for skiing. However, depending on the situation and mount, I adjust the settings and use the field of view super view for POV shots to increase the field of view at the top and bottom. For close-ups and slow motion shots, I sometimes use 1080-40 to create a 10% slow motion. Think about which settings you want to use and try out different things. Then you can decide for yourself what you like and what you don't. I would recommend that you try different mounts as well. Most skiers only use the helmet mount, which I can understand well. For the helmet mount you don't need any other accessories and it doesn't disturb you while skiing. But the helmet mount also has disadvantages. Its elevated position creates a rather unfavorable angle, and especially if you want to see the slope, your skis and the panorama in the same image, the helmet mount will not be the best choice. You should have a look at the chest mount, it creates a much more favorable angle. It also doesn't disturb you while skiing. Since the additional weight of the camera cannot be felt at all on the chest mount, it may be even more comfortable than the helmet mount. I will certainly make a video about the different mounts. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're interested. As you have probably noticed, I also often use a pole to film myself or to show different angles. And that brings us to my next tip. Try different angles. By that I mean taking images from the side, close to the ground, from behind and so on. You will see this will give your video a lot more variety and you will also have more fun editing your video. If you use a pole to shoot these angles, please don't forget that safety always comes first and always make sure that the slope is clear. In my intro sequence I used a few effects and transitions just to make the video more interesting. The use of certain transitions is controversial in filmmaking and not everyone likes them. But since this isn't about making professional movies but just about making a video that's fun, you should try some effects. For the transitions there are preset packs for your editing software. You can of course also learn how to create them yourself. If you are interested in a tutorial about the transitions or effects, just give me a like as feedback or write me a comment. Finally, I would like to add that ski and snowboard videos get much better in good weather. That sounds pretty obvious now, but it's not necessarily so. Normally, a cloudy sky is more of an advantage than a disadvantage in filmmaking. The light becomes softer and there are no ugly shadows. When skiing, however, the cloudiness leads to a loss in the contrast between the white slope and the blue sky, and the result will not be so good. You will also sometimes have difficulties with the cold. If it gets too cold, the GoPro can sometimes not be turned on or it turns off automatically. You can try to solve the problem by removing the battery from the camera and warming it up separately in your pocket for a few minutes. Changing the battery can of course also help sometimes. I hope I could give you some helpful tips for your ski and snowboard videos. If you liked this short tutorial, give me a like as feedback and see you next time.